Let's see what we got. Kendrick Lamar exposed Drake ghostwriting in 2011. They saying that he been ghostwriting since 2011, or Kendrick exposed the way back then.
Oh
Let's see
man,
what they're
ain't
talking
no
about.
way, you guys. This has to be one of the craziest plot twists of 2025. As it turns out, you guys, Pusha T and Meek Mill were not the first artists to expose Drake for having ghostwriters. It was actually the guy that beat him in the rap battle last year, Kendrick
What?
Lamar.
Prove
Now,
it.
you guys know Kendrick Lamar does not do social media. He does not do interviews. He does not do Instagram lives, nor does he do Twitter. The only way that we ever find out information about Kendrick Lamar is mainly through Kendrick's friends. People like Hitter J3, Glasses Malone, DJ Head, guys that's been around Kendrick from the jump. Now, sometimes it's a good thing, but other times it's pretty bad. Maybe it's just me, you guys, but certain conversation that's had in private should always remain private. If you ever find yourself on a podcast asking yourself if something you're about to say is snitching or not, 9 times out of 10, it's probably snitching. Now, on the most recent episode of The Bigger Picture with Elliot Wilson,
I
Jeremy
can't believe
Head,
Kendrick friends. I ain't even hear what they said yet, but if his nigga friends saying, "Oh yeah, man, Kendrick been knew that,"
and also DJ Head, they were having a conversation and called up Glasses Malone. Glasses went on to reveal that back in 2011, that's right, you guys, 2011, Kendrick Lamar knew about Drake's ghostwriting. Here's what he said.
Of when people actually knew Drake had any writers. We kind of didn't say it for sure last time, but at that time, were there rumblings that you knew of within the Cash Money crew that you knew he had people working with him, or it wasn't till later that you had heard those rumors?
The first person that brought it to my attention, and I don't know if this right to snitch on him, is Dot. Dot is the first person that brought it to my attention. But I'll be honest, when he first came, it was always, we knew it was a pop approach.
That's really probably why Kendrick never really fucked with him from the beginning, because he hate the fact that people called him a goat and acting like he a goat and he don't write his own shit. So
From a pop artist, he was introduced kind of as this Nickelodeon kind of kid to the people at the label, and talking to him, he was a well-mannered dude. But when they pressed play, you could just tell he was like a savant when it came to making records. Like, it was just nice. Yeah. So now that I understand what's happening, like, that would make sense. You know what I mean? Especially,
I wonder if Drake was wearing this man unit way back then. Like, way back then, he was doing fake braids and shit. Because you could tell his scalp and shit be different colors. And I don't know. I think he been having fake braids.
A lot earlier than we think. You know what I mean?
Was that 2011?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's around then. But I don't think we would have had rumbles about it, because we kind of always knew that he was a pop artist. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, not like he's a rapper, but he was a pop artist. His approach was an assembly line of how he made.
And I think people gave him an excuse because of the Degrassi shit and him being an actor and all that. But I never liked him for that reason. I'm like, he's so corny as a person. You know what I'm saying, the properness and the way he talk. But then when you rap, you want to get on that gangster shit. I ain't
music
like
that fit. Like, and he had a bunch of, he had a great team. 40 was fantastic. Boy, he won the T-minus. Them dudes were like fantastic. He walked in with this team. Like, he had a plan and he executed, and his plan worked.
But you knew that. Do you think Kendrick, when he said that to you, was he disappointed? Like, because basically, like, I've been studying this whole, like, was Kendrick disappointed?
Oh, hell yeah. I called the nigga a liar.
Mm-hmm. That's for fast
truth.
That's a fact.
I didn't quite understand what pop meant, like what pop was. Like, now I'm like, God damn it. You know what I mean? It make perfect sense. But when he first said that, I was like, hell nah, man. I'm watching this dude do his thing. Like,
So that's another thing I wanted to talk about. A lot of people who act like they know, they be like, man, I seen Drake right in the room, and I seen Drake come up with this and that and the third. You really never seen him do nothing, because you see him look like he writing shit in his phone, or look like he reading shit out his phone like he just wrote it. But anybody could have been sending him lyrics to the phone, and he hit a beat, he hurry up and send a beat to the writer while they still in the room, and he act like, oh, he writing some shit at that moment. But as soon as that writer send him back that yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now he go in that bitch and try to You know what I'm saying? So I think that he always had writers. He never really wrote his own shit. He always talk about, man, I help pen other people's shit, and I help Kanye, and I help this person, that person. But I'm pretty sure you still had a writer when you helped those people. They sent it to your phone, and you went through your phone like it was yours.
At that time, I'm still just kind of looking at him like somebody else at the label. You know what I mean? Like, shit, Tiger writing his own shit, Nick writing her own shit. Like, I'm thinking Cuz doing the same. And when Dot said it, remember, then I heard King Kunta. So I'm like, this is about Cuz. So when it came,
damn, I'm gonna have to go hit King Kunta again, because I think that was one of them songs I didn't like from Kendrick. I ain't really like King Kunta.
You know what I'm saying? When it came out publicly, like when Meek kind of leaked it, and then I start asking around like all the back channels, I was like, oh hell.
Kid, I got on the Chanel. That's a Chanel hat, nigga. The fuck?
You know what I mean? Which I didn't really take credit from him because, you know, I always kind of thought of him as like a pop artist. Like, you know, that's like
what that is.
Being upset you discover Madonna don't write her own songs.
I thought of it more like Ye. Like I looked at it like.
I think Kendrick was probably upset because he was looking at Drake as his
shit. I ain't gonna lie, it fucked me up when I first found out that Ye didn't write his own shit. You hear me? I still don't know. Like, did he write college dropout and all that type of shit? Like, did he write that on his own, or did he have writers for that too, or did he get the writers once he got big? You know what I'm saying? And then he started getting writers and shit. Because I heard somebody, I think Bow Wow or somebody, was like, oh, I got writers because I didn't have enough time to write my own shit because I was so busy being on the road and whoop de whoop whoop whoop. But
competition, which he said at that time, and he's like, I want to be the best rapper of my generation, which you are right now, because Drake was in that spot. I think he was like, damn, this is who they're looking at like that when I'm doing all this extra work.
I think that was around the time. Was that around that time when we were on that tour together?
It was right after.
It was right after we came back from that tour.
Right after. Yeah. When he told me, I was like, nigga, hell no. I'm like, you know what I mean? But I didn't. Now in hindsight, it all makes sense. You know what I mean? His approach is very much like Michael Jackson. He just got multiple Rod Tempertons. You know what I mean? He said it openly a million times, and none of us ever paid attention that this was his approach, because we've looked at rap. Rap has been so synonymous with hip hop over, especially Elliot, me, and our lives, bro. So, you know, since fucking Debbie Harry rapped on Rapture, everybody else that's been decent in rapping, you pretty much knew that they were kind of part of hip hop, versus now where rapping is being used with all genres. And now their own rules apply, you know, in that genre or in that, you know, that whole collective of how they approach making records. So he's always had this really brilliant approach at how he was gonna make records, but he also understood he was taking
it's crazy. Like, he came in the game with ghostwriters, because the best I ever had is sitting there wrote that song. So it's like, what was he writing? Like, how is he such a great writer that he wrote for other people? So they say, but you came in the game with writers, and you came in the game with reference tracks and all that shit. So
it all from a pop perspective.
Now, I'm pretty sure that was information that Kendrick probably would not have liked to be made public. A lot of Drake fans are now looking at Kendrick like, bruh, this man Drake was showing you love back in 2011. He put you on his tour. Not only that, but Drake being the bigger artist at the time.
Yeah, but Kendrick never came out and exposed him at that time. Like, he didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, he let her live. He let her breathe. He found out nigga had writers. And he was like, damn, cool. Fuck, I thought you wrote your own shit. You don't. Cool, don't bother me. But I think as time went on and Drake started getting bigger and bigger, that's when Kendrick started looking at it like, come on, bro, you should tell these people that you ain't really who they think you is. You know what I'm saying? I think that's really what Kendrick probably was.
He was getting on records with you, trying to elevate your status in the game at the time. Now, I'm not sure how Kendrick found out this information about Drake back in 2011.
I mean, he's in the game. It's not hard to find out, oh, you wrote that for Buddy? Oh, you wrote that. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And them reference tracks probably been circling around in the industry. It's just, it never leaked.
But you have to imagine if he told
until somebody specifically probably bought it from a producer or bought it from somebody who leaked. You know what I'm saying? Because the person who leaked it, I'm pretty sure got paid for it.
Glasses Malone, he most likely told a whole lot of people as well. And not to mention, you guys, back in 2011, 2012, these guys also did a swap. Kendrick Lamar gave Drake a feature for Take Care, and he also took a feature from Drake for Good Kid, Mad City. So obviously, if you're a Drake fan, this looks a little bit weird to you. If you had an issue with me having ghostwriters, why are we still working together?
I mean, that was on the first album. You can't say still working together. We worked together on that first album, and I think that was it. We worked together, and
Drake's
we didn't
a
work
real
together
good dude,
not too
first
much
and
after
foremost.
that.
He heard my music probably a year back, reached out and just gave me respect on it. You know what I'm saying? So it was a mutual feeling for us appreciating the music.
First.
I put out Section 80 a couple months later, like, yo, I need you on this tour, you know, and it'll be a pleasure, be an honor. I was like, that's dope, man. So, you know what I mean? I can't.
Yeah, but that's like, you know what I'm saying, Kendrick not knowing at that time that nigga had writers and all that. I think he probably, you know, went on tour, found out the ins and outs, and then from all of that, you start figuring out what's what and what's really going on.
I can't back down from that, you know, to expand my music to a crowd that haven't heard it before. I know it's 15,000 people out there. I'm used to 2,000. I'm finna work. I'm finna get at least 100 of these folks.
And you also
So
gotta
Drake was
ask
always
yourself
the
the
bigger artist at
question,
that time.
did Drake let his guard down around Kendrick? Was he looking at Kendrick as a friend while Kendrick was looking at him as a colleague, as his competition
He wasn't looking at him as competition at first.
that he needs to get rid of? Keep in mind, the Control verse did not come out until 2013. So this means that Kendrick Lamar had 2 years to be around Drake, study everything about him, learn information about him, some which he eventually used to defeat Drake last year. Now, personally, I just want to see an interview with somebody like Vori. We gotta hear from some of these ghostwriters that Drake had in the
that's a
past.
fact.
Right
Them
now,
niggas
there's
be quiet
just
as
too
a
much
mouse.
misinformation going on between ghostwriters, producers, and also co-writers as well. But if I'm Kendrick Lamar, at this point, I have to send a cease and desist to all my friends with podcast mics. Stop trying to reveal private information that I did
I don't
not
think-
co-sign.
I
You
don't
guys get
think
in the
that was that
comments
bad.
below.
Like,
First of all,
That was nothing that was that bad where Kendrick be like, God damn, I ain't want nobody to know that I knew that he had writers. Like, it's not that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? They're making it a big of a deal, but the point is, the original point is, you let a man piss on your leg and you wear fake braids, a man unit, and you don't write your shit, and you like, come on, bro. He's an actor, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and tripping. Drake still your favorite artist.
Do it
Let's
for
talk
the
about it in the
boys.
comments.
Do it for the boy. Do it.